And also, please be reminded before you leave, if you do have a little sleeve, a little protective sleeve for your award that you can take with you if you like. Now for the fun part. First category that we're going to honor is for domestic violence. I'd like to thank all of the tireless individuals who are constantly looking out for those who may not be able to speak up for themselves or just need a helping hand in a time of need. So this year, we'd like to honor for our 2019 Gathering in Power Awards, Domestic Violence Advocates of the Year. First, Ms. Ava Roseborough. Next, we have Dr. Angela Grigsby. Got the whistle up here. It's nice to have your own cheerleader. Last but not least, we have Valerie Simon. Mr. Mark Anthony.
And at this time, we'd also like to recognize our very own Vanessa Moore, who does so much to serve
Special group of individuals. These are our nonprofit community leaders of the year. I'd like to recognize first Ms. Cheryl Pitts. Next up, we'll have Ms. Brittany Bowes. Next, we have Ms. Tangi Roseborough. Now we'd like to honor Ms. Beverly Knox Davis. Now we'd also like to thank Ms. Abbas Pretty. Recognize our community leaders of the year. First, we'd like to thank Mr. Malcolm Graham. Mr. Jorge Navares. Now we'd like to thank Mr. Don and Mrs. Joe Johnson. And they are actually our hosts for tomorrow's Gospel Benefit Concert. That is our part 2 of this gathering. It's jazz. Sorry, jazz. We're doing the Gospel Benefit Concert this year. It's going to be jazz. So we invite you to come out to the Johnson Mansion tomorrow afternoon at 4 p.m. for that event. Next, we'd like to thank Mr. David Howard. Musicians of the Year. First, we'd like to honor Dr. Darren N. Kennedy. Now we'd like to honor Pastor Dr. Major Stewart. We'd like to recognize Ms. Charlotte Anderson. We'd also like to thank Najia Twiggs. Minister Brandon McCoy. Next, we'd like to thank Ms. Rachel Thompson. Now we'd like to thank Ms. Odessa Baisley. And last but not least, we would like to recognize our artists of the year. We'd like to first thank Elder Katrina Reese. Last but not least, Carice Robinson. Give a hand to all of our honorees.
At this time, it is my honor and privilege to introduce our keynote speaker for tonight. It is Dr. William Flip Clay. He is an author, post-traumatic school disorder, empowerment strategies for African American males, and the diary of an emotionally constipated man. Put your hands together for our keynote speaker tonight.
First of all, I want to thank Sister Johnson for the opportunity to share. I would like to thank each and every honoree, family, friend, relative who's here tonight. I'm about to take you on a journey. The title of my presentation, Honoree or Honoree, which one are you? my title, honoree or honoree, which one are you? When you leave here tonight, you will know who you are. I'm going to, how many people familiar with Elizabeth Taylor? Raise their hand. I'm going to treat you like Elizabeth Taylor treated her 9 husbands. I won't keep you long. Okay. Some of y'all get that next week when you send it to your face. Now, I can't sit behind a podium because I can't sit still because I'm hyper. So if I move around, you're just going to have to flow and go with me. I'm not going to lament on the statistics in relationship to domestic violence, things of a negative manner tonight because we already know. But every 2 minutes, a young lady is raped in this country. That's real. 1 out of 4 children will be exposed to domestic violence by the time they're 18. That's real. The work we do is real. And you're here for a reason because we're here to save the individuals who are suffering. Now, I think it's very important that we are transparent as men when it comes to sharing our emotions and our feelings. So I'm going to speak to you from a therapist's perspective, from my personal life growing up. See, I grew up in a 5-bedroom, 4-bedroom, 2-bedroom home. Mother, father, sister, and a brother. When I was 5, my father started physically abusing my mother. And I went to school every day. Tore up. 6, 7, domestic violence, physical violence, emotional violence, verbal violence. And I was tore up. And I really didn't know what direction, what was going to happen in my life. I went to school every day, and certain people didn't understand what was going on. But I want to say thank you to 3 honorees that they're not here tonight to be recognized. And the first honoree was Miss Lee, my 3rd grade teacher. You see, when my father was beating my mother, I was walking into her classroom, and she would give me a hug. And she didn't know how much the hug meant to me. So thank you, Miss Lee. And then when I was in middle school, it was Mr. Ritter. He was my PE teacher, Caucasian American. He would always tell me life is going to be wonderful if you strive to do your best. And people that I didn't realize, this is what he said to me every day. And then he pulled me to the side. And he gave me this nickname called Cockroach. And I just look at him like, okay, I didn't figure it out when I figured out, okay, Cockroach. That didn't fit me, but that's Mr. Ritter. I laughed it off because Mr. Ritter planted words of affirmation, and he believed in me. That was my 2nd honoree. And then I went to Job Corps because I barely made it out of high school. And I met Aretha Pleasant, my Job Corps counselor. And she says, you can go to college, and we're going to pay for it. You going to pay for it? Oh, I'm going to college. And those individuals are honorees that stepped into my life. And because of them, I'm here today. See, Mr. Ritter was my hope when I was hopeless. Aretha Pleasant was transparent when other people were trifling. And Miss Lee was caring when my house was in a midst of confusion. And they didn't know, but they showed me love. And that's all we need. And that's why you're here tonight, because you show love. You're walking in love. You're serving in love. The name of the organization is to serve with love. So to be thankful for what you know. And as we venture in life, we're going to go through ups and downs. But never give up. And I'm going to share this story and I'm going to close. As a mental health professional, working in the school district or in the private sector, you go through things that sometimes you don't even understand yourself. And 2 years ago, I went through this traumatic experience. And I promised this young girl that every opportunity I got to share her story, I would share it. I'm sitting in my office. Typical day. I get a call to go to the main office. I walk into the main office. Walk into this conference room. Principal, vice principal, police department from the local community, the county police department, vice principal, all these people in the office, in the security detail. So, I walk into this room, and I'm standing there, and I'm saying, what's going on? They said, well, this particular child reported to another individual, another student, that her stepfather performed oral sex on her 9 months every weekend for 9 months. This girl was 12 years old. She shared this with another student. The student went home and shared it with his father. His father reported to the student. They pulled the girl out of class. She's in the office, all these people, and they can't get her to talk. She will not talk. She's not talking about it. School security guy walked in. Man, y'all go get Dr. Clean. You know this what he do? I'm like, okay. And I walk into the room. So this is basically what they shared with me. So I see the little girl, and I'm like, okay, here we go. I said, God. So I'm walking in the hallway, taking my office. 30 minutes later, she goes into what's been occurring in the last 9 months of her life. Her biological father left her when she was 2. Stepfather came into the picture. He started taking advantage of her when she was 11 or 12. She knew it was wrong, she shared it with another student. He told his father. 2 days later, they arrested the stepfather the same night. 2 days later, she returns back to school. The only person she wants to speak and talk to is who? Me. My caseload is 600 students, Title I school. 50% of my population is Latin American. So molestation, incest, and rape is prevalent. I'm the crisis counselor in my building. So all of them come to me. The last 3 months, it was so overwhelming on me, I had to go to the doctor, herbalist, stress, and I wanted to give up. It was my first time in my life that I wanted to ever give up. And I got to a point when I was raised by my grandmother. My mother died when I was 13 of cancer. My father wasn't where to be around. And my grandmother always loved the Lord. She loved Jesus. And I remember, my grandma said, you go out on Saturday, you get up on Sunday morning, you going to church. Okay? So, when I was ready to give up, I said, I gotta go. I was ready to give up. And I worked with her for about 3 to 4 months, and she just started improving. But I was at a point, it was so overwhelming to me that I just couldn't do it no more. And I remember her sitting to my right-hand side, sitting in my office. And she said, are you coming back next year? I said, I don't think so. And she said, why won't you come back? Without going into details, and I said, you know what, let me think about it. And I went home and I prayed. You gotta be careful what you ask for in prayer. I'm gonna say this one more time. Be careful what you ask for in prayer. Because if you in tune, you will get what you ask for. The prayers of the righteous availeth much. I'm sitting in my office, and I go home and I pray, and I say, God, if you want me to come back, have her write me a letter. And be careful what you ask for. She walked into my office, and I want you to, and the gentleman that I spoke to her, I want you to come to the front. The 4 gentlemen who I spoke to earlier, I'd like you to come to the front. I want you to face the audience. Face the audience. Now, I just want you to look at this vision. 5 men, young 12-year-old Latin American female, young girl, who's been taken advantage of by her stepfather. I'm working with her. Just pretend to me, because you do the same work in some capacity. And if you're not doing it, you will be doing it when you leave here. And she walked into my office, and she handed me this envelope. And after she gave me the envelope, you know, as men, we just lay stuff down, get to it, you know, I'm running around doing that. Because, you know, men, we can't stay focused. I won't say that. So I get back to I walk back into my office. And I open the envelope. And I'm just gonna pretend like, you know, just like we're gonna open the envelope. I'm gonna read the letter. And it's in cursive. Anytime students write something in cursive, it's coming from the what? From the heart. And this is probably the first time I cried as a man in my profession. Dear Dr. Clay, thank you for being one of the greatest role models. Thank you for helping me with my troubles. You truly have changed my life. I've always looked at the bad side, but because of you, I try to look at the good side, no matter what. You're the best guidance counselor to ever live. Not only have you changed my life, you changed others, and we're all grateful for that. Thank you for being the best person to change our lives. Thank you so much for believing in me when I couldn't believe in myself. Thank you so much. How many people's lives will you change? Because of you, somebody's gonna make it. She would have lost it all. But now I see how you were there for me, and I can say never would have made it. Never would have made it. Because of the honorees in this room. Never could have made it without you. Without you. Thank you. I would have lost it all. And now I see. Now I see how you were there for me. And I can say I'm stronger. Somebody's stronger. I'm wiser. Somebody's wiser. I'm better. Somebody's better. Much better. Much better. When I look back over all your problems. Come on, man. Charlotte. I can see. Thank you, honorees. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, brother. Stand up here and stand proud. Thank you. Charlotte, I have one question I want to ask you. Would you honoree or honor me? Oh, before I ask you that one question, if you'd like to purchase a book and you want to hear more about these stories and details, this is a very personal piece to me. I'm on a mission now to save our males and our men, because there's a lot of men who are really emotionally constipated, okay? And we need to help them to release. Because part of my release is being transparent. When I decided to write this book, it was healing for me. So if you come out and support me, and I'm going to support Sister Teresa with a percentage of the donations from the book. And if you're available tomorrow, I'm going to be speaking at Northside Church of Christ to the youth for 2 or 3 hours. It's a free presentation. Trust me, I'm going to bring it to the young people. Then in the afternoon, I'm speaking to the community and to the parents. So if you want to come out to Northside Church of Christ, see me and I'll give you the information. Then Sunday, I'm going to speak to the men. Transforming the inner man. I'm going to drop an enema in Charlotte on Sunday. An emotional enema. So I'm going to leave you with this question. Honoree or honor me, which one are you? Thank you, Charlotte.